Want to try some? Go to SmokingGunJerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hey guys, it's Nick. High school football postseason action is already here, and 93.7 The Ticket is bringing you all the hits starting this Friday. Join me and Jay Foreman from Malcolm High School as we broadcast Class C2 action with 11 seed Lincoln Lutheran doing battle against number 6 Malcolm. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage coming your way at 6:45 p.m. It's the first round of the high school football playoffs, and it's right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary we want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance. Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this fabulous Friday. The sun is out. Slight breeze. The bird is still in the tree. We got One Lane, a.k.a. Swim, in the house. The man with the $1 billion smile and the $1 billion voice. I welcome my comrade, my little brother from another mother, Nicholas Blank Sainert.
Aaron Davis, what is up?
It's Friday, brother. It's been a week.
You missed it. Missing Tooth Greg brought in biscuits and gravy earlier.
Oh, snaps. Where's the biscuits and gravy?
They're gone now because, if
you're trying to insinuate some way that I wasn't here when I was supposed to be or something like
that.
No. If you're what?
You're here.
What are you going to say?
You were here.
What are you going to say? If you were what?
If you were here 20 minutes earlier,
okay,
they would have been here.
Okay. Well, I usually don't show up at 8:30 for a 9 o'clock show.
Well,
I'm showering.
I'm not mad about it.
I'm preparing for the show.
Get your hair together?
No, I'm preparing for the show. I'm leaving the locker room. And get my mind right.
Got to do my hair.
I got to shave the head. Got to shave the dome. Keep the 8 ball popping. That's what I'm going to be for Halloween tonight. I'm just going to put an 8 on my head.
I can't comment on that.
Why not?
I'm not commenting
because
my comments often get taken out of context. I get called names. I get things that I understand, and there's a lot of things I could say.
If you shave your head, you could be a cue ball.
I know, but if there's a lot of things we could say.
I am black and you are white. You are blind as a bat, and I have sight. I can't say.
I can't say that.
You could say
no. I can't. I can't.
Do you know where that came from?
I just know better.
Text
than
line.
To say something.
Text line, those that are 40 and older know where that came from, what I just said. I know DF is going to text in if he's listening.
David said my middle name on the text line, so do not read it. That's what I was saying.
You know what? I didn't even log
David's getting unhinged recently. The man feels good after his open heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to cardiac rehab today.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gotten a little comfortable. He's gotten a little aggressive when it comes to just talking.
He nailed it. Eddie Murphy and Joe Piscopo. That was back in the day of SNL, Nick, when it was really good.
I've only seen one SNL ever in my life from start to finish.
Okay, now
and it happened last year.
Okay, yeah, Corey Lincoln, was that Ebony and Ivory? Yep. Ebony and Ivory, you are blind as a bat, and I can see my amigo.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Nick, we got a great show today. There's
sure
a lot to go over today. There were deals. There were extensions. The field has been painted. The jerseys are black. It's USC versus Nebraska. It's 6:30 p.m. Nick will be inside watching the game because it's going to be about 39 degrees, give or take. And I'm not sure if you're built like that.
I just hope they make hot chocolate.
See, that's privilege right there.
They sell hot chocolate to the fans.
That is privilege right there, Nick. That is privilege. Hot chocolate is going to be a hot commodity tomorrow.
I bet it would be. That's what I'm saying.
What is it? Okay,
I'm thinking about everybody. I hope they make hot chocolate for the fans. I hope they sell hot chocolate. I don't necessarily need it. Are you distracted? Something going on?
No, I'm looking at all the news that is rolling. I heard everything you said. See, Nick, you gotta understand, man.
You can multitask?
As a 51-year-old guy who's been who's accepted his fate that he has ADHD and many times, squirrel. You know, I know how to roll like that. It's a Friday. I'm hyped up.
Well, listen, AD.
I was so excited for today, Nick.
No, you were so excited for yesterday because you had your jersey. Okay,
I'm excited.
And the first segment was kind of all over the place. I even had some people say that I set you up on a couple of times, not like set you up in a bad way, but I set you up to like branch off and have a conversation.
Who are these?
I do not throw people under the bus.
Who are these people?
I do not.
I'm gonna meet them under the bus.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. They said, hey, yeah, there were a couple times you set AD up, and he just goes, oh, yeah. Because then they were like, we're on the stream, and he's posing for the picture that he has to send to Jack Russell of his jersey.
Hey, you got to take care of your sponsors.
You absolutely do.
When your sponsors ask for a pick,
you absolutely do. And we love Jack. But
do you love me, Nick?
Of course, you know that.
I sometimes wonder, man, because you know I get excluded from a lot of things.
Oh, is that right?
Get excluded from a lot
that
of things.
So?
A little bit.
Name one thing you've been excluded from.
Oh, I can go on. How much time do you got?
Come on.
How much time do you got?
Well, at least 14 minutes left in this segment. Because I don't think you could fill the next 30 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be one of those days, Bear. You already know it.
Yeah.
You know, no, Nick keeps me in there, man. He keeps me. Yeah, and Eric Brad from Baldwin, you're exactly right. He says, you won't need any hot chocolate, Nick. You'll be inside, man. You'll be like, oh, a little toasty in here.
Well, group therapy ride tomorrow, too.
Nick, okay.
We're fine. We are ready.
E9, we need to have an intervention.
An intervention?
Before tomorrow, because, Nick, remember, the blackout is for the game.
The game, yeah.
Not for you.
Well, it's also for the clothes. It's not for any other thing.
I told you I was going to rock some more black. So you haven't seen this one before, have you?
I have.
Have you seen this one before?
I have. I'm sorry.
The last time I wore this
it was like 2 months ago.
No, I've not wore this.
You wore it on the show.
No, it was a couple years ago. I've got several things look like this.
Sorry, they all just run together.
But I wore this when we played Ohio State.
Oh,
and
that's a great feeling.
We were actually playing well. There's a couple years ago, and there was a chair that was moved in Capitol Cigar Lounge because I was so mad. And I went to go work out after the game. I was so pissed off. So that's been my 20 years in Nebraska football for the most part. Folks, we do got a great show for you today. And before we go into the show, there's things that are like games and football and those things. Of course, you know, they're fun, but at the end of the day, those things are strictly entertainment. I am on the board for the People's Center, for the Center for People. It used to be called the Center for People in Need. It's now called the Center for People. And folks, I mean this with all sincerity. You know, we're doing a food drive. But as of tomorrow, not getting to the politics of it, but tomorrow the reality is this. There will be many who are going to be without necessities. Our food pantry is struggling big time at the Center for People. And it's in my old neighborhood. If you're familiar with the Center for People, if you're going to the north on 27th Street and you're going over the viaduct, the Center for People is right over that bridge and to your left. And the way that they provide food for families in need, they do it with dignity. They do it with class. There's educational resources they have there. They can actually get their college they can take college classes there. They can qualify to finish up their high school diploma, not just GED. Nothing wrong with the GED, but they can also go and get their high school diploma. There's a myriad of resources there available. But one thing that is struggling right now, big time, and not just there. I know there's been other places in town who are standing in the gap to provide food. Folks, if you would come down tomorrow or today, and we're going to do it next week as well, but if you would come down and just drop off a canned good, any canned good works because there are families that are in dire straits right now. Some of the things are canned veggies, pumpkin puree, dry and canned beans, protein, sweet potatoes, canned cranberry stuffing, and it's happening, you know, as we look at the holiday season that's approaching with Thanksgiving. Dry milk, canned beets, corn, any sort of canned goods that you have that you can contribute to this. You can drop off at the ticket at the mill at 1040 O Street. You can do it today or even tomorrow as your way to the game to drop off some canned goods. You can do it next week as well. I will not be in town Wednesday and Thursday as we talk, Nick. I'll be in California, but I'm begging you to please, if you find it in your heart, to drop off some canned goods. I mean, we're going to pick it up, me and some other board members that are on the board, and they also have trucks that will come down and pick it up. Again, if you find this in your heart to do it, please drop down some canned goods, bottled waters, any canned goods you can bring today or tomorrow, 1040 O Street, as well as next week. So just come in, drop it off. We'll be mentioning this throughout. I appreciate Jake for mentioning it. on their show. Jake is going to, the other Jake Bach, what he's mentioned on his show as well as Austin Orman will mention it on their show as well. And we'll keep doing that until next week. So, folks, thank you so much for your kind hearts, for your just for your consideration of doing that. So we'll keep moving that needle along as well, Nick. We'll talk about Matt Rule fairly quickly here, and we'll talk about him as well at the 9:30. There's a lot to discuss and unpack, Nick. You were on the air with with Jake Bachhoven that broke the news yesterday when it came out and was made official. We also got an amazing guest at 10 o'clock, my former teammate, Butkus Award finalist, All-American, consensus All-American, Ed Stewart, who is now the Executive Deputy Athletic Director at the University of Southern California. He spent over a decade in the Big 12 and is helping USC into the expansion of the Big 10. He has brokered many deals throughout his career when he was with the Big 12 as well.
Yeah, I read some. I was reading up on Ed Stewart, his name's been floated around for potential Nebraska AD when it's kind of been open and stuff like that. And so, but I was reading up on just Ed and stuff and saw that he's brokered over $200 million worth of deals.
Yes.
I mean, that is large amounts if you haven't noticed. So yeah, there's a lot there. I'm fascinated to have a conference realignment discussion with him.
Yes.
I think that's going to be the most exciting avenue for us.
Yeah, this is it's going to be mind blowing to have him here. I mean, this took place. Oh, Ed reached out about a month ago, and said, "Hey, little bro, I'm gonna be in town. Let's connect." I'm like, absolutely. I'm glad I was in town. And Nick, here's what I didn't tell you.
Oh,
I actually was going to be out of the state today.
Really?
And when it came across, and it would have been, and the client had some flexibility because it wasn't a conference. It was a one for their internal and, for their company.
Yeah.
They said, we have a few dates. And then and this was back in September. And I saw the date. I'm like, if there's one hiccup, because, the game time wasn't announced yet either.
That is true.
I'm like, I'll miss it. And they were like, hey, and the guy's an avid football fan too. He goes, I see your team is going to be playing USC that next time.
You're good.
Yeah. So anyway.
Where were you supposed to go?
I was going to be out in California again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Again.
I was going to be out in California in San Diego. And so he realized it. And so we're going to do it most either December or January. So it all worked out.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to be here. I'm glad it all worked out.
Well, I'm
Nick,
glad it worked out too.
Yeah. See,
I just said I'm glad it worked out.
No, the way you said it, Nick, today, I'm going to tell you right now.
Here it comes.
There might be
a
throat punch.
Okay. Yep.
Because the way you said it was pretty smug. Did you notice? Oh,
I said, well, I'm glad it worked out.
No, you didn't say it like that. It's like I'm glad it worked out, you commenter. That's how you said it.
No, we're done.
That's how you said
We're
it.
done.
See, it always has to be done when you say it's done. Well, I don't understand that.
Well, because you never know when to end. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, see, there we go. You insult to insult. See, that's how you roll.
See, here's the thing. Here's what's unfortunate. The fine folks listening, they get this very, very small sample size of who I am. And it's how you portray me.
No, you portray yourself that way.
Well, because I'm backed into a corner.
So you insult more when you're back in the corner.
Yes. So I lash out when I feel stranded. I lash out.
So here's your method of operation. Here's your mode.
Yep.
You insult.
Yep.
And then when you're called out, you insult more, and then you play the victim. So you light the fire and walk away and be like, well, how did the fire get started?
Somebody better put out that fire.
You are our you know what you are? You're a conversational arsonist. That's what you are.
Thank you for putting the word conversational in front of that.
You're a conversational arsonist. So where you'll start a conversation, start a fire, and be like, I have no idea how that happened.
Well, then I just try to walk away. Yeah. I excuse my. It looks pretty dicey over here. I better excuse myself from the situation here.
I was listening to you and Jake talk yesterday, and you're talking about your high school reunion. And you're like, I'm not even giving them the time of day.
See, this is bad.
If they didn't want to talk to me in high school, why do you want to talk to me now?
Yeah, do you not understand that?
Maybe you're the one that changed, Nick. You're talking about all these people. Does
that not make sense though? Are you anti? Are you against me on that? Because if you are, it's okay.
No, my thing is this: you can't.
I'm not saying to be a jerk.
Everyone's not the same as they were when they're 18.
100%.
Because there's even from my former teammates at Nebraska, you're thinking, man, they probably thought about me. And people turn out because you matured. Most people do. Some don't.
Yes, I'm sure.
Some people still love to live back in the day.
They do.
Uncle Rico's.
Close the yearbook.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, it's over.
Do you remember when we played in the Class B state quarterfinal game.
Yeah.
I dropped 18 points. Okay, cool, man.
Okay.
Did you win the title?
If it comes up organically, that's one thing. But Nick, we all know people. It's always about, well, back in the day. Well, dude, it's today. You know what? I'm 51. That was 30 years ago.
Wait, so do you hate tradition? Do you hate history?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm asking.
No, I don't hate history. But when someone lives in the past, it's just like, bro, we're good. We're good. We're 50. That was many moons ago. Many moons ago.
Would you consider 35 years ago to be 30 years ago to be a long time ago?
Heck yeah.
Okay, cool.
Those pictures you posted up there that we're looking at right there.
Yeah.
I had so many people was like, AD, where did he even find that? I was like, I have no idea.
It's not that impressive. I Google searched your name.
Yeah, well,
here's the real question, AD. Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. This is important.
Is it a throat punch type question?
It is not. It is not. I am genuinely curious, though, because, like, I had to Google each of our names to do this, right? Have you Googled your name before?
No.
Really? So I will say this. When I Googled my name, ChatGPT came up with something, and it was kind of freaky. I'm telling you. Like I put so in ChatGPT, or I just did a simple Google search, and I put Nick Sainert in there. Same way I did Aaron Davis, same way when Ed Stewart comes on, I Googled Ed Stewart's name, stuff like that, to put these pictures up. And ChatGPT sends out a link that says, it goes, who is Nick Sainert? And it's like one that you can click on. And so I clicked on it because I thought, that's strange. What's ChatGPT doing? And it wrote a biography for me. And it knew things that I don't remember putting out into like the ethos.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of startled me. And so I didn't know, and you're much more well-known, much more polarizing.
Just older.
Well, yes, but polarizing in terms of been to a lot of places, been involved in a lot of engagements and things like that, that I would be interested to see ChatGPT say, who is Aaron Davis?
I'm not. That stuff's kind of freaky.
You want to do it?
Nope. I do not want to do it.
I'm curious.
Nope. I want no parts of that.
We're going to do this. ChatGPT. Fast answers anytime. So if I just go, who is, I'll say me first. I'll put in me. Who is Nick Sainert? It says, let's see. Here we go. Nick Sainert's a young media professional with specialization in sports media and communications, deeply involved in Nebraska athletics coverage. His role at 93.7 The Ticket gives him a visible public presence, and his university role suggests that he is involved in mentorship and education in journalism and communications. If you'd like, I can look up articles and interviews he's done in local sports journalism to get a fuller sense of his style and impact. It also has my background in education. It has 3 pictures of me, and it has my career and roles that I've had. I mean, AD, this is freaky, man.
Yeah, this is kind of weird because I just pulled mine up.
Did you pull yours up too?
Yeah, they got stuff I didn't even talk about.
That's what I'm saying. All right, here we go. Aaron Davis. Who is Aaron Davis? Okay, it's loading. It's loading. I'm telling you guys, this is strange, man. I don't care for this. Aaron Davis, Lincoln, Nebraska. Oh, there he is.
Wow.
He is based in Lincoln. He is a former member of the Nebraska Cornhusker football team. All right, here is he serves as a keynote speaker, author, coach for businesses, high schools, colleges, and associations. His topics include performing like a champion, leadership with purpose, customer service through attitude, teamwork, and for students, using your choices and saving your best for home. Is that true?
Some. Yeah. I don't like how they got my fees and stuff on there, man.
Do they really?
Some of that stuff is in there, yeah. Well, you can go to a speakers bureau and find all that stuff. But yeah.
How about that, AD?
Yeah. Yeah. Chad is a beast, man. It is a beast. Good gosh. Lord have mercy.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
My man Jay Gates said, bad idea.
Stay away. Stay away. Who is Jay Gates? No, I'm kidding. I would not do that.
JC.
Oh, somebody there. Oh, man. Yeah.
Jay said digging up 1010 Street when we lived on 1010.
That's awesome. No.
Yeah, we don't want to be digging up 1010 Street.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I
love
always
it.
feel like ChatGPT's following me.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And it was by complete accident that I stumbled across this. but as I searched these pictures for us, it happened. So I was, kind of caught me off guard for a second there. But
Chase B says that was pre-roll. Don't believe it.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe you, Chase B.
Oh,
And
is that right?
And Chase B,
Anybody can search it.
And Chase B, I forgot if you read yours on the 27th. I'm sorry. He was talking about the ugly Steelers uniforms and those things.
Yeah.
And you know what, Chase? They play just as bad as those uniforms look too, man. Against the Packers.
Should we see who Chris Raff is?
Chase B said.
Chase B said you got to do Raff. Who is Chris Raff?
Unknown text.
How many pictures pop up?
Oh man. Hey,
well, the first one is an investment banker. I don't think that's it.
Dwayne, thank you so much, man. He goes, listen on that while I'm making my deliveries. Special place, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, you pop in anytime you want to.
Absolutely.
6939. Folks, we're going to discuss the extension of Matt Rule's contract that was done on yesterday, finalized on yesterday, announced to the public on yesterday. We'll also, like I said, we'll have our history. We have Ed Stewart coming on at 10. A lot of questions to ask him when he left here and what he's doing right now. We'll conclude with me and Nick giving our predictions for tomorrow night's game at 6:30 as well, folks. It's fantastic. It is Friday. Keep riding with us. We'll be back.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Bonsall Pool & Spa's annual Spooktacular sale is here. Now through November 1st, get an extra $1,000 off hot tubs at an already low sale price and get $500 off the already low sale prices on infrared and traditional saunas. All hot tub water care products and accessories are also for sale for the Spooktacular sale, now through November 1st at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2. Call for more info at 402-488-0148 or visit bonsallpool.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hey guys, it's Nick. High school football postseason action is already here, and 93.7 The Ticket is bringing you all the hits starting this Friday. Join me and Jay Foreman from Malcolm High School as we broadcast Class C2 action with 11-seed Lincoln Lutheran doing battle against number 6 Malcolm. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage coming your way at 6:45 p.m. It's the first round of the high school football playoffs, and it's right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, I'm gonna read a few texts real fast. These are good, man. These are really good. IQ Crew, good morning. We need a sponsor exclusive for The Drive for any throat punch moment. We should partner.
That's
up.
crazy.
Maybe Jeff and Nicole.
You want to talk about an incredible amount of value. There it is.
Yeah. Crowbait, that's what I should start doing, is working out after games. Normally I just drink and cry after losses. The gym helps too. Tomorrow, birthday group therapy will be one to remember. Brad from Baldwin. Yes,
Great.
Make sure Nick's liver is functional.
It'll be
please.
fine. I'm not divulging too much.
Yeah, you said last year too.
No. I went in with a force last year.
At 9 a.m.
I guess never mind. We cannot go down this rabbit hole. It makes me sound bad.
That rabbit hole.
No, I'm saying it makes me sound bad to bring this up.
No,
so
you're not a bad guy.
thank you.
Darren,
Well, I ordered 15 shots for the entire group, and I walked away. I didn't pay for them before they poured them. It's not like we stole them, but my buddies. I left my buddies to have to pay for all of them because I walked out the door.
So you drank and ditched.
I didn't even drink. I don't remember taking the shots.
Oh boy, that didn't sound good either.
That's what I'm saying. You told me to say it. I'm going into the dark abyss with you, AD. I need you to help me, and you just set me up for failure.
I'm going to be giving you call, maybe texting you frequently tomorrow morning.
Please do.
Darren Raising Canes, good morning.
They'll become more and more emotional throughout the as the hour passes. More exclamation points.
Darren Raising Canes, good morning, you guys. You're one of my favorite married couples to listen to and fight. We do fight a lot.
I mean, yeah, I guess
it's all in love.
Thanks, AD.
It's all in love. Yes, yeah. You unknown texter 0677. Yes, we lived at 1010E. It might have been us, man. Tell them I said, your roommates, Brad Johnson, Rick Champlain, boy, those were good old days back.
I was gonna say, how about this? So Chris, this is Chris texting in. He lived with Brad, and Rick. Said the place was a dump.
It is not now, though. It's a very nice place now.
Really?
They did I seen it on Zillow, and somebody gutted it, and it looks really good. Really good.
Probably disinfect a lot.
Yeah, they probably had to. There was a lot of house parties in that place, man. A lot of house parties.
Before or after the age of 21?
That's really none of your business.
Okay,
Nick.
cool. I was just curious.
Hey, all that stuff is over now.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, statute of limitations is around.
So was it before or after 21?
We'll talk about something else. Bo Lever, thanks for sending this, man. And I love this passage. as well. Thanks for that. Is it a terrible thing? It is a terrible thing to see and have no vision by Helen Keller. Puts a passage in Nehemiah 2:12. I love that passage, believer. Thank you so much. It's in our hearts. Again, talking about the Center for People. Drop off your canned goods here tomorrow, today, all next week as well.
Somebody says Nick is asking questions like an undercover
Yeah,
cop.
he is,
Kick
man.
him out of here.
Yeah, he's like the Popo, unknown texter 8661. He said, was that before? After 21.
What did Medea say? I ain't scared of no popo.
I ain't scared of no Popo.
That's right. I know Medea.
I walked in, Nick.
I'm cultured.
What the hell? Nick was asking me questions like one time. That's what we call the police too. One time.
Oh, is that right?
One time. Yeah. Nick.
You have nicknames for everybody.
Eric says, Nick, stop being disrespectful to AD.
I'm not being. We're
a
done.
little bit. You're kind of interrogating me a little bit.
I was just asking.
Yeah, you're asking a lot.
Let me go ahead and turn the lights off and say, AD, you never mind. I know a joke was coming. I could hear you. I could feel you. I could feel you waiting. As soon as I said it, let's just turn the lights off.
I was like, that's it, Nick.
You were like,
set yourself up
look,
perfectly.
he was like, oh, I got him. I got him. Whatever he said, I'm not even listening to what this comment is, but he said turn the lights off, and I'm ready to say something
I was
about
like,
it.
it's about to go down,
Yeah,
dog.
see? And I didn't let you. This is what I'm talking about. That's crazy. I hope everybody just caught that.
Yeah, well, you were setting yourself up. I mean, you do a good job.
Unintentionally. It was unintentional.
Yeah, it was unintentional, but you were still
I wasn't even looking at you, and I could feel you just,
I was
go
like,
ahead, say
I was
it.
like, that boy,
Say
Nick,
it.
keep going.
Keep talking about how we're going to turn the lights off, and how you're going to talk to me.
Keep going down this rabbit hole, because I'm about to light you up.
Yep, exactly. No pun intended. Anyway.
Nick, let's talk about the extension yesterday, man, that took place. There's, for the most part, it seems like people are pretty happy about it. And I'm just going to say what my opinion is on it. Okay, which mine doesn't, mean anything whatsoever. I'm glad we have stability.
Sure.
I did not want to. People can go back and forth on the extension, the numbers, show me the receipts that justifies that type of bump. I get all of that. I get it. But I also get this is a business. And for Nebraska to start over again. Now, granted, let's say he decided to leave. This program is in a lot better shape than it was when he found it. Mm-hmm. However, you also mean a recruiting class that is going to most likely disappear, all right? And you're starting over again.
Yeah.
Now, not to the extremes it was during the past regime. Not bad at all. You stabilize some things. However, you start over again. And you don't know who your coach is going to be. You're trying to put together a recruiting class last second. And the way this portal and the way that this coaching is going to take place, because you have a bunch of coaches that are going to leave their jobs to take the other jobs that are open. You're going to have coaches fulfill those jobs.
Yeah, just the residual effects.
It's just, the catastrophic residual effects and the carnage is going to be nothing nice come January. And even December, as far as it goes, as some of those teams will not qualify for bowl games. So this is going to start, we might as well say later this month, because tomorrow's November 1st. Later this month, the carnage is going to start.
Yeah, I found it interesting. I found it interesting that they kind of came out and said that they started having these conversations during week 3, which would put it at that Houston Christian game. And part of it potentially is Troy Dannon just being a little more on the foresight of seeing what's coming down the road, right, and stuff. But then also, I think that I said it a couple of weeks ago when we had all these conversations. Mm-hmm. I did not think, as I share a common sentiment, I think with a lot of Husker fans, in that you wanted to figure out a way to provide stability to this thing without giving away the farm. Mm-hmm. And without opening up the pocketbook even more than you already feel like you are to Matt Rule. Because from a strict results base, mm-hmm. he hasn't done enough to warrant a top 5 salary in coaching. Right. Like, I think that's fair for everybody to say. So the fact that I would say this, that since Troy Dannon was able to get this done without raising the base salary, while also increasing the buyout this season for any other team that wanted to go in and poach Matt Rule, to be able to do all of that without raising the base is really impressive in my mind. I said it a couple of weeks ago that throughout this process, we're going to learn a lot about Troy Dannon. Mm-hmm. We are. And I was very, very impressed with the way that this was handled, not because of the timeline, but the details of it. Because you add a couple of years, fine, right? And Nebraska, if they end up firing Matt Rule in a couple of years, then they're going to be on the hook for, close to $50 million and so on and so forth. And it is what it is, right? But once again, to be able to do this, and I was appreciative that Dannon said this yesterday, where he was like, we looked at the salary for next season, and he's already going to be making double-digit millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Matt Rule's salary automatically goes up to $10 million next year. Years after that, it's up to 12.5, and that's what the 2 years that are extended are at 12.5. The fact that you were able to do it without increasing that base pay is monumental in my opinion. I was really impressed, and I felt like it was an incredible feat to accomplish for Troy Dannon to be able to do this with the details.
Nick, the details just a little bit in depth. The term contract is an 8-year deal, extended through January 31st, 2033. What else? You've been to the 12.5 million, which will go to 31 in 2032. His base salary increases by $1 million each contract year for every time Nebraska qualifies. Also for a college football playoff, and it goes out. The buyout as of right now is $15 million, described as a high standard in buyouts in the country. So they increased it without increasing things dramatically. But Nick, it brings some stability. It puts away the Penn State speculation to mutual benefit, as you mentioned, with Troy Dannon. And Nick, you mentioned that a couple weeks ago when this all came out. We're going to see Troy Dannon's the way that he negotiates deals, kind of what's in his what he keeps close to the vest. And so we saw that. My biggest thing was this. It was about stability. And granted, people come up and say, well, I haven't seen enough yet. That's legitimate. There's no denying that the record, when you look at the record right now, granted, you're finishing up year 3. You have 4 games left, obviously USC on Saturday, but you're looking for value now in the purchase.
Sure.
Now you're looking for
ROI.
more value. You want that ROI, and that still has work to be done. For me to sit here and say, well, I think, no. There's a lot of work to be done still to games like tomorrow night. You need to win games like tomorrow night.
100%.
Because when you're in the top 15, top 20 as far as overall coaches in the country, your record and your body of work has to start showing that.
It goes back to exactly what we talked about these last couple of months, AD. You got to, the time is now.
That's right.
The time is now.
That's right.
And Nebraska, here's the thing, I think there is a part of us that we do wonder, okay, you know what? It's a gauntlet of a schedule next season, right?
Yes, it is.
I would also imagine that there are significant NIL and investment promises that have been made in this conversation, in this contract agreement, that they don't need to pass along specifics of it, but things that we're hearing is that there are significant. Now, AD, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Don't really know where they're going to get it. If the plan is, maybe there needs to be a different plan. Nebraska's flush with money, but they're not flush with a volume of donors that have a lot of money. There's a difference. There's places that can go to 20 different people that can provide the same amount of money. Nebraska has it, but with 5 people. And those aren't specific numbers. I'm curious to see how that piece comes to the forefront.
I'm going to push back a little bit.
Okay.
Nebraska has plenty of people that got money. But you know what? Win.
And that's the point,
I'm not
right?
investing in a product that is not shown a track.
100%. And so that's maybe that's a better way.
Nebraska's got people they can go to, but they got money for a reason.
Yeah, sure.
They invest in things that show, to your point, that a return on the investment. Nebraska has to prove, okay, if we give, and Nick, to your point, I'm not calling any names out, but we've seen some mismanaged funds on some people we brought in.
100%.
So they're looking like, well, wait a minute. Let me see you manage this a little better before we start writing bigger checks.
And that's where I wonder. I mean, you can invest off of potential and off of promises, right? Mm-hmm. But Nebraska doesn't feel like the place that will operate in the way that Texas Tech did this last year.
No, I mean that's different. That's a different
right.
Right.
It doesn't feel like
Texas
that. And so this is where I continuously go back. Is if Matt Rule is extended, if he stays the same length of his contract, whether Nebraska has $20 million or whether they have a $40 million roster, it doesn't matter. You have to coach.
Mm-hmm.
You have to coach. You have to be able to develop guys. And part of that is you have to identify good and high quality assistants coaches that are on your staff. And if you don't, then you aren't going to have success. And you can have a $45 million roster, but the locker room still be fractured and the play on the field still be low quality, and you can still lose 4 games in a season. If you don't have guys, the right people in the room to lead the players, you're always going to have issues. And so you have to figure out, you can have the millions and millions of dollars of rosters. You have to have good coaches. And I'm so firm on that.
And Nick, the reality is, man, I know I was having some discussions with some casual football fans yesterday, if you would, that were, and even this thing, with rules extension, and before it was even announced, why is college football got so much? What's all this being paid for and all the rest of this stuff? I get it. But Nick, just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's not reality. So it's either you would adapt or you die. That's the bottom line. So people can dislike athletes being paid all they want. You adapt or you die.
Sure.
That's the reality. An example, Nick, I use all the time when I speak, Blockbuster. When we were growing up, Blockbuster.
Great place.
It was a great place.
Great place.
You remember Blockbuster?
Oh, I remember Blockbuster over on North 27th. North side?
Yes. Really? You weren't really on the north side. You were downtown.
It was like 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, that was the new north.
North side. Okay, new north. Sorry. North side.
But
sir, would you like some north side?
Blockbuster didn't want to change.
Yeah.
And they've seen all of these other different platforms being developed that they didn't change. Another one that actually went to Blockbuster, speaking of change, no longer exists either. Redbox.
Oh, yeah.
They're gone.
Outside of Walgreens.
So, Nick, there's this quote I always use. In the world today, there's 2 types of athletic departments. There's the learners that keep learning about NIL. They keep nurturing relationships, not transactions. They keep saying, how can we be in the front of this? And there's the knowers. The knowers would be beautifully equipped to function in a world that no longer exists. You can be a learning athletic department, or you can be one that knows it all. The knowers are going to function in a world that no longer exists. You look at Dabo's record right now, 3-4. He fought against this for so long. And Nick, I'm going to tell you right now, it's hot out in Carolina.
Is it?
It's hot out there. You have to adapt. You don't have to like it, but you better adapt to it, or you're going to get left behind. And people, how do they get this money? Nick, as we always say, just freaking win. That's how you get the coffers to open up, because they want a return on their investment.
Yeah, I think this is good overall. It's good for the program, just because it doesn't blow things up. Like, that is, there's positive movement in a positive direction for Nebraska football. Once again, I think that all Husker fans can agree, though, that they wanted to see it happen without a raise on the base pay, and that's exactly what happened. And so I'm going to be 100% realistic with you guys. I think Matt Rule and Nebraska's staff, there's areas where they could use upgrades, right? Like, I think back to the Robots movie, upgrades, upgrades. I think you can always be striving to get better. I'm not advocating for people to get fired. There's a difference. I'm advocating for them to continue learning.
Right.
Because if at any point there's coaches in that room or in those rooms that feel like they are the smartest people,
you're in trouble.
Then that is where complacency kicks in, and complacency builds laziness, and laziness generates losses.
Absolutely.
And so at the end of the day, Nebraska, you just have to keep on striving to improve. And there's no reason that in the same place as Indiana or at California in Sajapatui or anywhere, right? Anywhere that might not have the resources, might not have the fan engagement, the investment that Nebraska has, there's no reason that they should be able to and willing to take lower level guys out of the portal, because Nebraska is going to be a major player in the transfer portal. You look at their 2026 class, their high school class is not going to be as large as maybe some in the past, and that's okay. But that also indicates that Nebraska is going to hit the portal hard this offseason. Also, you put that in line, Matt Rule, incredibly strategic. You put that in line and line that up with the fact that he's asking for more investment. Yeah, you know why? It's because Nebraska's going to have to get some guys out of the transfer portal, especially at some key spots like offensive line, which are some of the most valuable and most expensive positions to bring in. And so through all of that, you have to be able to identify. And if you can go out and spend, as AD, you and I have elaborated on so often, you can go out and spend millions. You can go out and pay $750,000 for a former starting offensive lineman. But if you can't, number one, elevate him, or number two, if he doesn't fit and you can't even coach him.
Mm-hmm.
That is yes, an indictment on the head coach. It's also an indictment on the assistant coach, and it's an indictment on your entire athletic department because that is what you're accepting. So,
Nick, I tell you what, man, everything you said is spot on. And we'll get some of these texts too. I want to read this one, 1508. The everyday Nebraska fan that isn't wealthy will give money to the program if they win and show up. But we've been bamboozled too many times by this program since Bo left. And you know what? Unknown texter 1508, you're exactly spot on.
Amen.
They want to see a return on their investment,
and you can't blame them.
You can't.
You
show us.
It can be really. I could go to AD and say, "Hey, AD, hey, this is what I want to sell you on." For the first time, our first ever conversation, I can say, "Hey, AD, look, this is what it's going to be. This is what it's going to be." And you might give me $20 million. Cool, awesome. But on that $20 million, if we get 3 wins out of it, I'm going to come back and be like, "Hey, AD, give me another $20 million. I need another 20 because that's going to get us to 10.
Not going to.
No, I'll give you 5 and prove that you can get 6 wins with $5 million.
Absolutely.
And then we'll start. And you can't blame them for that.
They want to return on the investment, man. Folks, we'll be right back with a quick history segment. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today. Schwieso Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwieso Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwieso.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. Come watch the Lincoln Stars on November 7th as the Fargo Force comes to town for $5 Friday. That means $5 mezzanine tickets, $5 nachos, $5 mixed drinks, and $5 off a purchase of $20 or more. It's $5 Friday with the Lincoln Stars at the Icebox on Friday, November 7th versus the Fargo Force. Get your tickets today at lincolnstars.com. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Very quick segment. We got Mr. Ed Stewart in the building. He's grabbing some coffee right now, so it was good eating the chat during the...
He wore some USC gear today.
Well, you notice I still had to wear...
I know.
He see me, he's like, hey, do you look like you about to go out there and play? I said, big bro, I would get one half step, be like, that'll be it. Still looks good too, man.
Yeah,
still
for sure.
In great shape still. Nick, speaking of history, let's talk about history as far as coaches and salaries. The amount of money that's being made right now is absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm not going to throw numbers out there. What I am going to throw out is it shows you how much how college football has changed so much. And I want to get back to Bo Lever's point too, real quick, talking about change. This is a history point as well. Bo Lever, you're spot on. Blockbuster failed to invest in streaming. By the time they did, they were too far behind. Same with Redbox. And it's the truth. If you fight this NIL train, you'll be left at the station.
Yeah. Speaking of streaming, YouTube TV. Did you see all this? You might not. Oh, what? AD, I feel like I'm breaking bad news to you in real time. ESPN and YouTube TV are in a carriage dispute.
I did see that.
Okay,
it came across when I was watching TV last night. It came up.
You were watching ESPN.
It came up as a little email warning.
Yeah.
This is what I'm just like, okay, so we'll have to probably end up watching it on another stream or something like that.
Exactly, right?
But speaking of change, though, and I'm going to get to Coach Osborne in a second. When I went to visit Meta, it was Facebook at the time, which, it's just the Meta is the overall, umbrella that all of them are under. But one of my high school buddies, Brad and Bart Murphy, Brad he was one of the first, couple hundred hired or whatever it is at Facebook. So we toured that facility along with Chris Fisher, my buddy. Nice. You met Chris out of Callum, agent out there. So we toured it, my family, we toured it for Facebook. And on the back of their sign, Facebook's big sign when you come on their campus, on the back of it is Sun Microsystems. That's where, and folks that are older, you remember Sun Microsystems, a huge company. Well, their moniker's on the back. I said, why'd you guys keep that up there? He goes, because our board of directors told us if we don't adapt to change, our name is going to be the next one on the back of the moniker of the campus. So it blew me away when you deal with change. Coach Osborne, for example, when he got raises, not all of them to my understanding, but he would divvy that out amongst his coaches. His bonuses, he would divvy that out amongst his coaches. The contracts with Converse prior to Adidas, he would divvy that out amongst his coaches. I don't know if these new coaches do that or not, but I tell you what, Coach Osborne had very few guys that left. Coach Samuel went to take a head coaching position. Coach Steele went to go take a head coaching position at Baylor, I believe, where he left to. But Coach Osborne, there's a reason why coaches did not leave that. And obviously, it was a different time.
Sure,
I totally get that.
Yeah.
You didn't have the lucrative deals you have now. However, it says a lot when you invest into your staff.
And also, I think loyalty was different back then. Like just the amount of loyalty, the willingness to be loyal, even if it meant taking less money. if that makes sense, right? Understanding long-term thinking. Now, I will say that in this, I mean, we've had conversations with plenty of assistant coaches. I had one just a couple of weeks ago, where I asked him, I said, is there any job security in this business? Do you ever feel 100% secure? And resoundingly, without even thinking about it, he said, no.
Nope.
He said, I've been in this for over 30 years, and I there's never a day where I feel safe.
No.
And so you also, I feel like at times you can't have the mindset of, because there's I'm just going to use a blank number. This isn't obviously anything accurate. There's 1,000 candidates and 100 jobs.
Yeah.
Right. So it's while you're in that spot, you have to get everything you can. And that's why I'm never against people. Hey, go get your money. Go get another contract.
Absolutely.
That's why I said yesterday with the whole Matt Rule stuff, if he doesn't get incentives, or if he doesn't have more bonuses, or if he doesn't get better lineup for potential better pay, his agent's not doing his job.
Right.
Because in this day, when you have zero job
business.
security, you have to go get yours. But it does suck from an institution standpoint, because a lot of these institutions, we were just talking about it with Ed during the break, and I'm interested to talk about, like, there's a lot of decent jobs open right now in college football. Not a lot of good coaches that are going to be willing to take those jobs. I mean, LSU's a spot. They don't have an athletic director. They don't have a president. They don't have a head football coach. And the politics are in the middle of it all.
Yeah,
it is that job I would not touch with a 1,000 foot pole.
I would say a legitimate candidate, someone with some history of success, would be hard pressed to get them. But then again, money talks too.
Either old success, or you're going to have to take a chance on a young new guy, up and comer, that probably isn't ready for LSU.
Right. No,
and then they're going to go through the same cycle in 3 years.
Right.
It's these organizations, these programs set themselves up for failure often. I think that's part of what, Ed Stewart can certainly give us some insight.
Absolutely. Willie, appreciate you, mate. Goes, I wrestled the Murphy boys. They were some bad mo's. Yes, they were, at Lincoln High. Adrian Martinez. Yes, Adrian was 135. He was a bad boy as well, Willie. So those guys were they won some state championships in wrestling under former coach Thomas Christie was the head coach for Lincoln High Wrestling during those years. So bad boys. Folks, when we come back, we got Mr. Ed Stewart, former Nebraska All-American, Butkus Award finalist, now Executive Deputy Athletic Director at USC. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert. Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. Folks, sometimes you get a guest whose journey represents college football and leadership. What it's all about today is one of those days. Ed is not just a former teammate. He caved in my chest muscle several times along with Toby Wright. Introduced me to football at the University of Nebraska, consensus All-American, Buckus finalist, key leader in the legendary 1994 Nebraska National Championship team. Was captain on that team. Folks, his story didn't stop on the field, though. For nearly 3 decades, he's been one of the most respected voices in college athletics, from his years guiding to the Big 12 to his leadership now as senior associate athletic director at USC, helping to steer one of the sport's biggest brands through this transition to the Big Ten. He's navigated billion-dollar changes, represented student athletes at the highest level, continues to shape and help shape the future of college football, keeping the same humility, the purpose, and drive that he's had since he wore and donned the scarlet and cream.
Oh, red.
My man, my brother, Ed Stewart. What's up, my man?
That's the intro right there. I just need to walk out. All I can do is mess this up now. That's what I'm talking about.
Ed was like, who the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I was looking over and he was just kind of nodding his head like, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that guy's old. 3 decades.
Hey,
that's scary,
man. Nate the Skate. He texted in. He might even call later. Nate texted it. He goes, I got to read this because I got to represent, because, Nate the Skate, he's legendary like yourself, man. He says right here, Nate, he goes, that is my guy, Ed Stu. Tell Stu that Nate the Skate, folks, that's Nate Turner from Nebraska Oscar, said, what's up? We are MC Mount Carmel High School Day on your show.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Southside. Nate was a big reason why I ended up, being interested in Nebraska. Seeing a guy like him, come from my neighborhood, played at my high school, and had an opportunity to come to a place like Nebraska, just really, set the stage to let you know that dreams can come true. So you got to see it to be able to believe it. And Nate was one of those pioneers for me, as a young person, seeing him in high school and then seeing him and kind of following his footsteps out to Lincoln.
Stu, before Nick dives into him, move that closer to you a little bit. Oh, yeah. There we go. Tell us real quick about let's go back to 1994 and before 1994. In fact, I talked to McCathorn Clayton a couple of days ago too, man. Mac 10, talked with him. But you're thinking about your recruiting trip here. What are the places did you think about going? And you also have to share the story with Coach McBride when he moved you from safety to the linebacker. So tell us the recruiting in a nutshell in the conversation with Coach McBride.
So really my recruitment, it came down to 2 schools. It came down to Michigan or Nebraska. And most people in the area, assumed Chicago guy is going to end up going to Michigan. And, I probably would have gone to Michigan, but that was the year that Bo Schembechler retired.
Mm.
And, Tom Osborne is just a figure, right? And I'll never forget Tom sitting in my living room and having a conversation with my family and I. And my mom never told me where she wanted me to go to school.
Mm.
But it was the look in her eyes and the connection that she had with Tom that I knew without her saying it, that she was like, you need to go be associated with that man.
Mm-hmm.
And it proved to be, a tremendous decision, a tremendous experience. Charlie McBride was crazy. Charlie was my primary recruiter, and I'll never forget when we first got to campus. The freshmen, we all would come in, and we had our 3 days of practice before the vets came.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you're doing your thing. It's just freshmen out there. You're feeling good about yourself, man. And then the vets come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got ran over twice. I got ran over in the morning practice. And same player ran me over again in the second practice.
Kenny Clark?
No, it wasn't Kenny. It was, why am I having a blank on the name? It'll come to me.
But ran over.
But I got
introduced.
I got run over.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about getting introduced.
Yeah.
I got introduced to Nebraska football as a safety, running in, field the hole, and Charlie sprinted. He didn't walk. He sprinted over to me.
A young Charlie.
A young spry Charlie. and we had a conversation. He walked with me back to the huddle, about 20 yards back to the huddle, and we had a very interesting conversation. It wasn't really a conversation. Charlie was talking and spitting, was chewing tobacco, and I was listening. And I don't think I ever got ran over again after that conversation. So Charlie was awesome.
And you made the move to linebacker. That was one of the biggest changes for you and for our team. And I remember the '94 championship. You're playing with a bum ham. I believe it was your hamstring.
Yeah.
What was the motivation for you to continue playing? One of our texters says, unknown texter 7449, man, we could use another Ed Stewart wearing the red for sure. You played with that hamstring. It was severe hamstring too.
Yeah.
What pushed you through that?
Wow. Well, it's the brotherhood, right? I mean, you're not going to leave that field if you can possibly give it anything and not hurt the team. You were going to do it, right? And we were so close the year before,
right?
I probably think more about the '93 team and the loss and the way we lost, and being a defensive guy, feeling like we lost it, right? Because we had the lead with like a minute and 24 seconds to go. And we let them get down the field. They got helped with a couple of penalties, and we won't go revisionist history.
Oh, bro, yes.
And William Floyd's fumble or not fumble. It was a fumble.
Yeah. I told the late coach Bobby Bowden that. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm like, I'm sure you don't.
Well, I told William himself. We were on a deal like this similarly a few years ago. The Orange Bowl did. But it was just about, completing what you started. Football was a game I loved. As a young person growing up, and so to be on that stage in that moment, you wanted to be a part of it. You wanted to be out there with your guys. And so it's funny you talk about changing positions. Most people, I don't know if most people know the story, but I did not want to do that.
No,
I was not very fond.
Shared with them that real fast
of that idea, and you're jumping into a conversation. I'm doing a TED style talk here later in November in San Antonio for a group of general counsel. And a big part of that is that change, is tackling change. That experience in 1991 really prepared me to take on and meet some significant changes and challenges since that time. But I literally went kicking and screaming. And a lot of people may not know, but I actually called myself quitting. I didn't show up for practice for a couple of days. I was like, I'm out, man. I'm a safety. I'm not playing. I was 193 pounds. And so what's crazy is,
what drew you back?
Well, one, when I made that phone call home to my mom, like, yo, excuse me, Gladys Stewart was not playing. It was real simple. She was, had empathy, and she said, "Oh, baby, I understand. I hear that." She said, "But yeah, well, I guess you can quit if that's what you want to do. But what are you going to do? Because you're not coming back here.
Mm.
And I was like, damn. Okay. I guess I need to go back over here to Memorial Stadium. And, and that was a humbling experience because, it's one thing to go away for a couple of days, but, to come back in, kind of hat in hand and face the coaches, that was the easy part. But the more difficult thing is when I had to stand up in that linebacker room and basically ask the guys, hey, I want to be back. I want to be a part of this thing. And so when I think about, when you navigate change, the importance of having people that are encouraging, having people that are willing to give grace.
Right.
Because I was giving grace in that moment. And I was welcomed back and embraced. And it was still hard. Shit, I was only 195 pounds. So I gained a whopping 2 pounds over the course of that summer. But, the transition initially I thought was easy, right? It was a week before the spring game. We were in helmets and shorts. And then the spring game, you got 50,000 people. It's fun. You don't know what you're doing. It's a defensive guy, see ball, get ball. And that was easy. Went out and made a bunch of tackles. Then we came back for fall camp and they start having us do linebacker stuff and pads. And that's when I tapped out. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, man. I'm not built for this. But to endure that, to work through that, to have the opportunity to contribute, because I went from being like a third string safety who would, maybe get on the field for special teams to being able to have a legitimate role on the defense. And, I think it was that Orange Bowl in 90, I guess it would have been 92, the 91 season, like the second play of the game, we went dime and that was it. And the dime package switched to a 4-3 and never left the field. So.
Once again, we're joined in studio, Ed Stewart, former Husker, now associate athletic director for USC. You to stay on the theme of change. College athletics has changed a lot since you've been in school, obviously. But I mean, as you were telling that story and you talked about quitting for a couple of days, it was a phone call home. But now you can jump in the portal. You don't have time to give it a couple of days to think about it. Just kind of from your perspective. Day-to-day operations, maybe not directly involved, but still connected with it and with the program. Just where's your mind at in the way of the current state of college athletics?
It's been a sea change, and it's interesting because when I was at the University of Missouri, and this is probably 15, 20 years ago, our AD at the time talked about this whole super conference concept. And I remember people looking at him thinking, what are you talking about? But it's been crazy over my career. I've seen the evolution. I've seen the Big East go away and become a basketball league now. I've seen the transition within the Big 12 and the SEC and the Big 10. And so it's definitely different, but it's like anything. I think I heard you guys talking earlier about change. Change is inevitable.
That's right.
And so you either have to, anticipate it or adapt to it or be left behind. So what we're experiencing is certainly new. It's certainly different. And there's some positives to it. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for kids to be able to have some access to some resources that we wish we could go back and have access to. But with that, I think there's also some unintended consequences that we've got to be aware of when we see, the level of coaching change that we've seen. And, we got another month of the season left. And, we were 4 weeks into the season and we're seeing coaching transition. So it's a new dynamic.
You were a massive part of the whole conference realignment thing. I believe when your time at the Big 12, correct? And so, because now this is year 3 at USC?
Year 4.
Year 4 at USC. Okay, so I mean, I remember being on air on that day when it was hey, USC and UCLA are joining the conference, and then it just kind of created this ripple effect, this trickle down effect of everybody moving and reshuffling, and there was so much concern about travel and so much concern about all these other little branch offs thing, and then at the core of it all is money, right? And money is the main driver. We all know it. We're not naive to it. Just how much has I guess, college athletics evolved in the last 4 years compared to the previous 10?
Well, I mean, name, image, and likeness, and the transfer portal, and now revenue changing has changed everything.
Sure.
That's probably more significant than any of the conference composition changes that we've seen. So that's a new reality that's put extraordinary financial pressures on institutions to figure out how to navigate this space and fund it.
It's so strange because now, but they operate as if, and this is, I mean, not a knock against anybody, but they operate as if money is endless. It's infinite, right? Like we talked about the coaching changes, and we're seeing some of these buyouts that these institutions are on the hook for. And it's fascinating because with it being so needed in college athletics to have success, according to a lot of coaches, heck, Nebraska's Matt Rule says that they need more investment, more financial investment to be able to compete with some of the top schools in the country. They're also so quick to make changes and abrupt changes that cost them even more money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I just think that's the pressure and the reality. So when you start to, rely on donors, I like to say outside investors who are funding a lot of this, with that comes the added pressures, right? So if you're not seeing those immediate returns on investment, like when we were in school, I think our freshman class, of the 25 incoming freshmen, 2 played as true freshmen.
Yeah.
I mean, the expectation was you were going to redshirt. Now the expectation is not only are freshmen expected to play, but they're expected to play and play significant roles. And we know if you're expecting a true freshman to go out and be a significant contributor, that's not the greatest plan for success, right?
Sure.
You look at Michigan, and they were relying on a true freshman quarterback, and he's done, a great job for them. But think about what that kid will be like as a sophomore or a junior. So the pressures are immense. But if somebody wants to, give me $50 million to go away, I'm here. I'll get my details. Just give it to me, man. I'll go. I like Coach Ed Ogeron. There's a story about when he got fired at LSU. He walks in. They said, "Coach, we got good news and bad news." They said the bad news is we're going to fire you. We're going to let you go. Said the good news is we're going to pay you out what we owe you in your contract. He said, "Which door you want me to walk out of?"
But now he wants back in.
And now you think about if you're Ed, he goes, "Which door you want to go out? What time you want to leave?"
Yeah, that's it. That's him, man. So,
and you think about how much it's changed too. But one thing I want to dip on. Okay, the 2 questions here. Leadership styles that you learned from Coach Osborne post football. How did that help you during the crisis during the Big 12 championship game? How you managed contracts and during the COVID time? How did that leadership from Coach Osborne? How you, because we kind of had our mistakes when we was here with Coach Osborne. We put some gray hairs in that red hair.
Yeah.
We throw some salt in there. But just him being a coach, an AD, and an offensive coordinator, I think people forget that all of those roles, how he had to navigate those. What are some lessons you took for him as you're overseeing those Big 12 championship games, negotiating those major deal contracts, navigating the Big 12 through COVID, a time there was no template for it. How did that leadership style that you learned from Coach transition to what you do during that time? And
everything. I do a lot of presentations on leadership, and I always do a case study, and it's predicated on Tom Osborne and the way he led. How he empowered his coaches. How he the way he talked to people, the way he treated people. My favorite Tom Osborne story was I was a true freshman, and we always played Oklahoma right after Thanksgiving, and I'll never forget Coach had announced, we all needed to be there through like that Thursday or Friday practice or whatever it was, and I'm like, man, my mom had bought me a plane ticket to come home. Plane tickets weren't a big thing back in the day. I mean, you weren't flying around, so that was a significant investment and decision. And I'll never forget, Coach used to run around the practice field after every practice. And so I had to, go up and talk to him. So I kind of sheepishly, walk over, and he stopped what he was doing, and he said, "Yeah, we can talk." He stopped his workout, took me into the coach's locker room, heard me out. He always had his hand on his chin, and he thought about it. And he said, "Yeah, well, I think it's okay for you to go go early. And that was, he didn't realize it, but I was like all in. If I wasn't all in prior to that moment, in that moment I was all in.
Right.
Somebody that took the time to listen. He knew my name. I didn't even realize he knew my name, man. Because I'm a redshirt freshman. You're at a place like Nebraska. All these great players. But so that's about leadership, right? That's like being there. That's like listening. That's like evaluating each situation based on its own merits at the time. It's like making a long-term decision. And I don't know if all of this was going through his mind, but the benefit of doing those things paid dividends. And so you talk about navigating COVID, man. That was a challenge like none other. Professionally, that is probably one of the more significant challenges that I've had to navigate, to work through. I mean, because there was literally no playbook for it. You knew the stakes were incredible because we all recognized if we did not play football in 2020, how devastating that would have been to college athletic programs across the country. Had we not played football, there would have not been any other sport played in that entire year. And so, just being able to lead people through difficult times, through stressful times, to be able to push and challenge people to think differently. I mean, when I started with a group of medical professionals, people I never thought I would be working with as closely, infectious disease experts and all of these different people. And there were people that were starting from day one, like, what are you guys talking about? This can't be done. You're wasting our time even talking about this. And it's like, okay, time was on our side. We don't have to make a decision today, but let's think about if, then how. And every day, just try to think through it methodically and not make a decision before you have to.
Right.
So
Nick's going to go real fast.
We have a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
Before we go to break, we have a phone call.
I think it might be chilly. I think this might be Nate the Skate.
It is. Go ahead, AD.
Nate, what's up, big bro?
What's happening, brother? What's going on?
Skate, what's up, man?
You got Stu. You got my man Stu in the house.
Look, I used to try to be like Skate, man. He had that towel. I had to have my towel when I was in MC. I just couldn't run as fast as him.
Hey, man. Hey, they say Stu was going to be the next Nate Turner. That was a rumor. And those are facts. It was like, we can get Stu to run this reverse like Nate. We're going to be good.
And then you saw they put my ass on defense, too.
Which was obviously the blessing.
That's true.
That was a blessing.
Hey, Nate, tell us, when you were here, obviously, Nate Turner, folks, from Nebraska, wingback, number 22, went on to play for the Buffalo Bills for a number of years. Nate, having Stu come in, how big was it for you to get him to come to Nebraska after you made the initial move and decided to come here? How did you convince Stu to choose Nebraska? Obviously, Stu mentioned Mama Stewart as well, but what role did you play as a big brother, former high school buddy as well? What are some of the things you told him to get him to commit here rather than Michigan?
You know what? Stu, the way they recruited, it was Charlie McBride, man. I really wasn't even involved in it. He just knew that I was doing well there. And I was, and Coach Osborne had my back. Coach McBride, who recruited Chicago, had my back. And that it was a beautiful situation. You know what I mean? And the reality of it, what people don't really realize, like I played on those teams in Nebraska in the Big 8 where those linebackers were 6'3", 250, downhill, hit you in the mouth linebackers. And then we couldn't compete with Miami. Coach McBride, and that was my senior year, we couldn't compete, man. Coach McBride moved Stu to linebacker. It changed Nebraska football history.
Yeah, it did.
It changed Nebraska football history. And those are just facts.
You think about, Skate, when you were there, I remember the last time you guys played against Miami, we'd have those backers, good linebackers.
Right.
But
no, just different.
Yeah, just different.
Just different.
You had a guy coming out the backfield.
They couldn't cover backs out the backfield. That wasn't their thing. But when Chili Mack started recruiting big safeties and moving the linebacker, and he can continue to do that, it was over with. All the way to Farley and all those guys. I'm telling you, man, when guys can run, you can play, you can compete.
Stu, you look about and what Skate is talking about. You look at the precedent that you set, being that hybrid guy, really the first hybrid guy when we made the change to fully commit into the 4-3. Because like Big Bro Skate said, we'd get against the Miami teams, and then you'd have a flanker or a guy out the backfield that was running a 4-3 or 4-4, and it's not a matchup with a guy that runs a 4-6 or 4-7. Right. And when those changes started to come, you look at yourself, you look at the Farleys, you look at the Tony Velans that navigate in the area, the Mike Menners, I can go on and on, the Troy Dumases, all of those guys. You were the one, as Big Bro said, that you made that move, and it really started. And sometimes when it talks about a process, sometimes, and Coach Osborne shared the story, how he visited with the late Bobby Bowden about different intricacies of the 4-3. Because you remember, even though Derek Brooks weighed a little bit more than you did, he was still a hybrid during that time. And they had they had that speed. Those guys you played against, Nate, in Miami. Because the thing about Nate that was he was such an oxymoron, because Nate, would you play at what, 225, 230 at wingback?
I played at 225, 230, sometimes 240.
Look, I was going up, man. I wasn't going out you, Skate, but
hey, Nate, when I said 225, Stu to me was like, nah, bro.
Hey, but he could still fly. That was the thing.
That's why I used to tell Coach Brown, I'm 223. I got on the scale, I was 239. But hey, the big difference was is that when we get to run them 40s, I would crack off a number, and boys was like, yeah, well, we're not really gonna try to change him. We're just gonna let him do what he do.
Must be nice. The greatest thing though about that transition to the 4-3, I always tell people what it allowed us to do is, as a defensive unit, we didn't care what formation or what personnel the offense came out in. We didn't have to go nickel or dime. I mean, our 11 was our 11.
Right.
And I'm walking out on the number 2 or number 3 receiver, and let's go.
And running with him.
Right. We didn't have to, try to change and match up like you see all these wholesale changes. Our 11 was our 11.
See, that there.
It was essentially, so I was born in 01, so I didn't get to see this firsthand. Like positionless football, essentially, but productive, obviously.
In a lot of ways. So basically we took, bigger safeties, and they became outside linebackers. We took, Trev Alberts, who was an outside linebacker. Dante, they're hand on the ground. Now you're not an outside linebacker, you're a rush in. So we had speed on the field, and our defenses were very much, attacking. We're aggressive, and we played a lot of man-to-man. I mean, that was our primary go-to, man, 11 robber.
You look at, we got to go to a break, but what you just mentioned there, it's like basketball. Here's our 5. It didn't matter if they were 6'7", 6'9", 6'8". We're going to cover anybody. And those were the days Nebraska simply said, we're going to line up our 11. We don't care what formation you're going to come out of. Yeah. We're going to match you on it.
Okay, so Ed and Nate, AD and I were talking about this a couple of days ago. Does that mentality come from the locker room and the players, or do they take that of their coach? Because the way you guys talk about Coach McBride is special. Like I can pick up on that, and through a lot of the former Huskers that we get to talk to, it's a very similar sentiment. So do you get that mentality that you guys had from your teammates first, or is it the coaches?
You know what? I think that when you start getting guys from the inner city and get them out there in the middle of Lincoln, you kind of build a bond, and then that bond grows to the guys that aren't from the inner city.
Right.
So it's a toughness. It's a toughness that comes from hitting each other in the face, and then loving on each other, and when you're eating lunch and dinner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's and they say, with coaching, the kids end up being a mirror of the coach. So you got somebody like Coach Osborne, who never gets rattled, always calm.
Always calm. Almost put you to sleep before the game.
He's always calm. And then you got Chili Mack, who is borderline crazy.
So Nate, why did that work? Like, why did that work? Because a lot of staffs have the same mindset. So why did it work with Coach McBride the way he was and Coach Osborne the way he was?
because it was the perfect freaking storm, man. It was the perfect storm for a dynasty. You know what I mean? And we knew it. We knew it was coming. It was coming. And I don't know, man. Just Coach McBride, being a Chicago guy, and he's from Chicago, and Stu knows that sometimes, like, if you messing up a little bit, he gets you in the office and take his teeth out and get to hollering at you.
See? What I told you. You thought I was lying, did you?
On some daddy stuff. You know what I mean? Like your father.
Yep.
Like he's your daddy, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just
you
that level
end up
of
walking out saying, yes,
man.
sir. Then you walk past Joni and she's smiling. You see Coach Osborne, he's quiet.
Yep.
It's the perfect storm.
Yep.
It was the perfect storm, man. So, the teams end up becoming what the coaches put into them. You know what I mean? When they honestly put it into them. And sometimes nowadays when you see football is different. It's different, and you can try to. It's going to be hard for anybody to emulate or replicate what Coach Osborne and Chili Mack and those guys did back in the day.
We're good. Nate, you hit it spot on. And when we come back, Ed, I want to hear your point too, in that, Nick, to your question, because you alluded to it a little bit, Ed, when you mentioned when you had to come back and ask your teammates. The last thing, Nate, that you wanted to do was look at Coach Brown. That was something. But when you had to go back in there and look at Bostic and Keith, and Big Will Washington and
T. Hughes.
T. Hughes, when you had to go back and look at the guys that were playing linebacker, when I had to go back and look at those guys, culture, I think the word culture gets overused, and it's almost to the point it's lost its validity. Culture, a championship culture team is when you have more fear of looking your teammates in the eye than your coach.
That's when you have something.
That's when you got something.
That's when you got
because when you can hold each other accountable, when you know you didn't give your all.
Yeah.
Oh, the coach was one thing, but when you went in that locker room and had to take off that helmet and you have those eyes where that dude laid it on the line,
your guys gonna let you know.
They're gonna let you know, man. I want to get Ed's opinion on that. If you can hang on, if you want to hang on as well, if you can't hang on too, Big Nate, let us know. I want to get that.
Hey, I gotta go, man. Hey, Stu, I love you. I love both of y'all.
Love you too, big
y'all
bro.
Be good. Y'all be good, man.
Love you,
Appreciate
brother.
you, man.
Good to hear from you.
Love you, Nate.
Take care.
What's up?
Folks, that was a former Nebraska wingback, Nate Turner. We're taking a quick break. We'll be back with Ed Stewart in a second. It's The Drive.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Mike Smith, founder of The Bay. Join me every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for your weekly Disrupt, where me and local misfits will interrupt your drive time with this week's most interesting stories in sports, entrepreneurship, and culture. So tune in to your weekly Disrupt every Tuesday afternoon on 93.7 The Ticket, where disruption is just a phone call away.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help protect your home, your vehicle, or your family. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Jack, I'm going to have a stogie with you soon, man. We've been hitting and missing. It's me up yesterday. Where you at? I said, man, I'm working, man. I got work to do. Work to do. Stu, you've got a lot of work you've been doing too from the transition of USC. Talk about, just the transition, a conference is no longer, the Pac-12, which seems weird.
It does seem weird, doesn't it?
What was, and go ahead, that would just seem weird.
I missed the Pac-12.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's unfortunate for schools like Washington State, Oregon State that were successful, but just didn't have the resources needed to be able to compete with the big ones now.
What's been the challenges for you guys? And obviously the U.S., the Men of Troy, the logo, all those things are strong. What have been some of the things that the challenges for you guys transitioning from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten? I mean, not even challenges, just things that are different.
Yeah, I think it's just more things that are different. You know, what a lot of people fail to realize is they assume of our 23 sports that everybody competes in the Big Ten. Well, not all the sports do. So not all of our teams are having to travel as extensively as most people believe. Now, the travel is increased. It's a little bit more, but, you know, if you're getting on a plane to take a 2-hour flight, now that 2-hour flight is a 3-hour flight or 3.5-hour flight. So there have been so many positives about being associated and affiliated with the Big Ten and like member institutions and just that grand stage and awareness. It was really, you know, it was a decision and a move that had to be made, right? We talk about change and you either evolve or be left behind. And so it's unfortunate to see, you know, what happened to the Pac-12. Like we mentioned the Big East earlier, but that's just a part of it, right? And so it's always a balance of trying to maintain certain traditions and trying to innovate at the same time. So like even a story program like Nebraska or a story program like USC, there's so many pieces of our traditions that are true and symbolic of who we are. But at the same time, you can't live in the past. You've got to innovate. You've got to evolve. You've got to find new ways of doing things. So it's like that balance. And it's probably more art than science.
Right.
Of how those two mesh together.
That's what I was going to ask is how do you do it? And maybe there's not a perfect answer, but it's what is your guys' approach at USC? Because I think there's a lot of similarities and parallels between the two institutions, because Nebraska fans struggle with and this isn't bad to say, like they struggle with the lack of success in the last 30 years in comparison to the 20 years between 1980 and 2001, essentially. What's your advice for consumers of athletics to where it's balancing this while still you're not forgetting the past, but you're also moving forward?
Yeah, I think to be able to see teams have the type of success that those 90s teams had is really hard to replicate. I mean, I think people look at like what Nick Saban was able to do at Alabama, but you know, outside of that, maybe Ohio State is kind of in that realm. But in this current era, you know, there's not as big of a gap between teams.
The parity's unreal.
The way teams acquire talent these days, the way the roster turnover. I mean, you can turn a program around.
There go our guys.
In a year.
There he is. Hey, this is a completely unrelated topic. Somehow that cigarette stays in that mouth. We have no clue.
He's a champ of that lung dart every day.
We see him every day.
Every day. Usually once going that way, once going this way.
It could be raining.
It's incredible.
Same cigarette. Same cigarette. He's ready.
It hasn't been.
He's consistent. That's tradition.
It's tradition. But no, I think like that's where it's at. Like you also have to understand that this is what we wanted in some essence. We wanted a level playing field. Like this is. Sure, are there pieces that can be improved? Sure, right? I think there's always things that you can look at and say, yeah, maybe we could get a little bit better in this area. But the parity and this college football playoff, to speak about college football specifically, this is what everybody was longing for 10 years ago. And now that it's here, now we have issues with it already.
Yeah, that's the way of college athletics,
there
right?
It is.
As soon as right now it's crazy because we have a void of rules.
Yeah,
makes it especially complicated to try to do business. So hopefully at some point here we'll be able to have some better structure and guardrails put around, you know, what we can do and what we can't do, and we can all do it consistently. But in our business, you know, it's been human nature that as soon as you establish a set of rules, people immediately start to try to figure out a way to navigate around them.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of been our own worst enemy in that regard. So that makes it challenging as well.
One of my favorite questions ever to ask coaches, head coaches specifically, is do you ever feel like you know every detail, every rule? One of my favorite, because in these last 2 years, whether it's been at football media days in Vegas, basketball, or even women's basketball a couple of weeks ago in Chicago, like I asked Fred Hoiberg and Amy Williams of Nebraska, I was like, do you guys ever feel like you have it all under control? And the answer is the same every time in some variation of like, no, it feels like every day there's something new or something altered. So in your role, I'll ask you the same question. Do you ever feel like you have every rule known in the back of your mind from start to finish, all encompassing? Yeah, I got this taken care of.
I would tell you, we used to over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Because there's like I said, there's a void of rules, and they're ever changing, and they're still being identified. But that's a part of it. You know, we talked about change earlier. There are challenges, right?
Yeah.
But viewership of college football is at an all-time high. You know, attendance is at an all-time high. So the game is healthy in a lot of ways, but like anything else, could there be some improvement to it? Yes, but the actual game, the competitions that we see on the field, and we should see a hell of a game here on Saturday night between SC and Nebraska. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Last question I got before we go to our last break.
We'll just go till the end of the show. We're good. We got a couple minutes.
I love it. First of all, from one of the texts, I want to get this in. Brian Stewart, what's up, brother? Good morning to you. Goes, Ed is my all-time favorite Husker linebacker. Great to hear him and his excellent takes and heartfelt experiences. But my biggest question is, how the hell is he not a Nebraska payroll?
Yeah. What's going on? Hey, let me turn up this mic a little bit. Let me turn up the mic.
Yeah, well,
we went 50 minutes without a gotcha moment. Here you go.
Next to you, remember E.F. Hunt, those commercials?
Yes.
Everybody's going like this to the radio.
Hey, you got to talk to the Nebraska leadership about that. Talk to the Nebraska leadership about that.
Of course, I didn't mention that with Brian, but, you know, we would love to see that. But, you know, the thing about it, Ed, you have been so successful in the way you've navigated post-football from the years in the pros, NFL, Europe, and then saying, I'm getting in. So 2 questions. The first one real quick. What made you want to go into administration? And what was your first job?
So this is great. I'm glad you asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
So Bill Byrne, who used to be the AD at Nebraska when we were playing, and I remember being a naive, freshman or sophomore, and I would see Bill walking around in his coat and tie all the time. And I just had the audacity one day to walk up to him like, hey, Mr. Byrne, I always see you walking around in this coat. And like, what do you do? And
he's the AD. I love it.
And Bill was gracious enough to allow me to just come by and visit with him. And so I would just periodically go by and visit with him and chat. And at the time, I'm thinking I'm going to play football for a long time. But I thought to myself, well, maybe one day when I'm done playing, I'll do something like that. Not sure still exactly what that was. But it was ironic because when I started my career, and I think Bill had pivoted and he maybe was at A&M at that time. And then so I go from that setting where he's the AD and I'm the student athlete to now we're sitting, in a boardroom in meetings together. And he continued to be a resource for me and somebody that I would talk to, about things that were going on in the business and just leading at that level. So that was the introduction, but really where it was cemented, I was on a practice field in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and we were going through camp with the Carolina Panthers. The hottest thing I ever experienced in my life. If you want to know what it feels like to be a turkey being roasted in the oven, that was Spartanburg, South Carolina. And I remember every day we would walk off that field and I would look up, and in AC, in the suite-like area, I would see the guys with the coats, with shirts and ties on. And I was like, man, when I'm done with this shit down here, I'm going up there. And so that was my motivation to get in administration. And then, it was crazy.
I hope I got it.
Yeah.
That was like, I'm done.
And that was it. And then the late Roger Gruters, who was our academic advisor.
I forgot about Dr. Gruters,
Yeah.
man.
And
Yes.
so Dr. Gruters, I got a random phone call one day. I was just finished my season with the Rams. Coaches had all gotten fired. So there was transition. So I was a free agent again. My agent reached out to me. I had an offer to go to camp with the Ravens. And out of the blue, I get a call, and it's Roger Gruters. And he's like, hey, I'm leaving Florida State. I'm going to Michigan State. And if you're done playing football, I want you to come be a part of my staff.
Wow.
And it was one of those, gut check moments where you had to make a decision. And so I ended up making the decision to pivot and go with Roger to Michigan State, and that launched my career in college athletics administration.
What part of Chicago did you grow up in?
South Side.
South side of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
You didn't see a lot of dudes wearing suits and ties in certain arenas. I mean, you did, but it was a little different suit and ties, as you see.
I hope you're not a White Sox fan.
I am absolutely a White Sox fan.
How was the playoffs this year? Oh, wait.
Yeah, okay. Don't go there now.
You know, it is. Those are the stories that I love because, and then we're going to talk about this at lunch. There's literally a young man, a former Husker. I'm not going to mention his name on radio, but wants to meet you really bad because he wants to get in administration.
Let's talk.
Absolutely.
My info.
I literally texted him. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" But nevertheless, you simply asked the question, and that's going to have something to do with the close too. You didn't know who this guy was, and one thing I tell my audience all the time, I tell myself this on a regular basis, big bro. No means go. I mean, when they say no, it just means go to the next question, go to the next call, go to the next meeting, go to the next contact. Because people are so afraid of the word no, but because of your curiosity, you kept that. Here you are today, one of the most prestigious brands in all of sports. But it started with you as a redshirt freshman, asking the athletic director, not knowing what you didn't know. It was like, no means go. And here we are today. Now, I'm going to call Nick out a little bit on this one. And he's going to be maybe upset, but he probably won't be.
Not at all.
Nick has been gifted. I mean, with all sincerity. He has a gift. He's 24 years old.
Oh, wow.
He has a gift. And I see Nick national. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Nick may not admit it, but I know he has to see that for himself. I'm not saying he doesn't. But when you recognize talent, how old did you think he was when you met him?
A lot older than 24.
Exactly.
There's a level of maturity, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I first started, I mean this all due seriousness, when I first started this 3 years ago, I'm 51 years old. He's younger than some of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was like, there's no way. I knew he was young just because he was young, but I was like, you wouldn't have known that when I first met him. Sometimes what you have to do is be willing to simply say, how do you do that? Pick up the phone. Because all they can say is yes or no.
Right.
They're not going to say no and shoot you.
Yeah.
And that's why I love where you're at right now. And the story is so powerful and encouraging to me. And hopefully it is to the listeners as well, because Ed was also an academic All-American. So he wasn't just one of those guys just playing ball. You always were curious about a plan, which leads me to the next question before we get out of here. Do you see collegiate football, college football, and just collegiate sports in general, particular football though, do you see it going even more towards a pro-style brand and a pro-style way of doing business?
Yeah, so, it's becoming very transactional. It was funny. Well, maybe not funny, but it was interesting. I was a part of a group that went out to DC. It was called A5 Day at the Hill, and athletic administrators and commissioners, we were all up on Capitol Hill talking to our elected officials and, trying to communicate the challenges of college athletics and the things that we needed. And I was talking to a coach, and her point was a female coach, soccer program, I believe. And we were talking, and she said, my entire career has been about transformative coaching, changing lives, right? She said, now the challenge has become, everything is becoming so transactional, and it just creates a different experience. So while I believe that there's a lot of positives about this new era that we're in, and player empowerment and opportunity to resources, I do sometimes wonder about, the foundation of that transformation,
right?
That is so important for young people from the ages of 18 to 21. What type of lessons you're learning when difficulty arises.
Sure.
Do you get in the transfer portal, or do you fight and figure out a path forward? Coach comes to you and says, hey, we're going to move you from safety to linebacker. Do you embrace that change, which can be life-changing for you? Or do you just take the easy way and go get in the portal and do something different? So those are the types of lessons that you become concerned about.
I have two questions before we get out of here as we approach the 11 o'clock hour. One is serious, one is not as serious. The serious one is what's going to go through your mind as you walk in that stadium tomorrow? I mean, what does Memorial Stadium mean to you? Number two is who wins.
Well, I'll tell you what Memorial Stadium is so special to me.
Yeah.
And one of my greatest memories, we used to stay over on East Campus, but two of my greatest memories where we drive the bus down O Street and seeing all the people out on the street in red, right? And then we go into the stadium and we start our warm-up routine, and there would be just a splattering of people in the stadium. And then you go back in that one last time, and when you come back out, and that was literally the sea of red.
That gave me goosebumps.
And
It
that
won't be
just
tomorrow.
gets you fired up. Yeah, they'll be in black
It
tomorrow.
won't be sea of red tomorrow.
They'll be in black tomorrow.
If you
so-
haven't heard, Ed, people are up in arms about it.
Uh-oh. I'm not touching that. I got nothing to do with that. I didn't make that decision, so don't come after me about that.
Did you just do the fight on?
No, I didn't. I was waving to somebody outside.
It is a pretty sweet
You know,
fight.
Coach
though.
Osborne's office down the street.
Yeah.
Tell Ed to come on down here after that.
I know, right?
Oh, man. 80, wrap it up.
And real fast, Derek in the car says you were an academic All-American. Tell us how your degree and curriculum, if you can answer it in 20 seconds, how it prepared you to become an elite administrator across several conferences. Thanks. Great show.
Undergraduate degree was in psychology, and psychology has come in, has helped me out tremendously dealing with head football coaches and big money donors.
Absolutely. Folks, we can't thank the big bro.
There he is.
Ed,
Thank
I
you, man.
appreciate you,
Appreciate
man.
you guys.
And we got your graphic up there
Yeah.
as well.
What a good looking picture on the bottom left.
Associate AD for USC, former All-American, consensus All-American at Nebraska, Butkus Award finalist, but more importantly, just a brother and a friend, man. And Ed, I'd say for us younger guys, man, you've made us proud and you've made us hungry too to keep fighting and keep going forward, man. So appreciate you, big bro.
you and all the success that you're having.
I appreciate it, big bro.
I'm glad you're healthy.
Hey, man. Hey, you know what? Appreciate it. I appreciate it. We look at life a little different as we get older through these years too. Folks, Nick, I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Great show.
Great to meet you, Nick.
Yeah, you as well, my
Folks,
friend.
thanks for riding with us. If you want to let's watch this again, you always go down to the 93.7 The Ticket website and download the app. Folks, have a great one. It's The Drive.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Are you